I am a tired microphone with lipstick scars and old feedback in my bones. People tell secrets near me, then pretend they didn't. Today I stand on a silver pole in a bright hall, smelling jollof, soap, and worry. The band tests drums. Children chase balloons. Aunties fix Jill like small crowns. The air shines. The bride is Grace. She has calm eyes and a laugh like water on stones. Her parents sit near the back. Their clothes are neat but tired. The father keeps rubbing his shoe as if shine can erase hunger. The mother holds a nylon bag with meat pies. She made them herself. The groom is Daniel. He wears pride like perfume. His friends move like a small wind follows them. He taps my head. You will carry my voice well, he says. I stay quiet. I always stay quiet until the switch flips. The MC shouts, "Good people. Let us welcome love." Music rises. Grace walks in. The hall breathes out. Someone whispers, "She chose well." Another says, "Did she?" My head hums. I feel a storm hiding under the tablecloths. There is a cake like a white mountain. There are doves on a string, pretending they are free. The lights blink. A generator coughs, then clears its throat. I can smell the diesel heart outside. I hear a new thing in the corner, soft wheels, a chair. A boy lowers a man into the seat. The man's shoulders are mountains. He is important. He watches everything, even me. He nods when Grace passes. She does not see him. Something keeps knocking the door inside my wires. It says, "Not yet. Wait. Listen. Watch. When it is time, your voice will bite. And it will heal." Do you hear it? I do. Very, very clear. Vows wait in a small book like birds waiting for dawn. The pastor clears his throat. I feel the thumb push my switch. Warm current climbs my neck. I wake. Testing, the MC says. Testing love. Laughter rolls. Grace's father stands with a shy gift envelope. He walks toward me like the floor is a river. Daniel's best man blocks him with a smile that has no teeth. "Let him pass," Grace whispers. Daniel lifts his chin. No, his voice is sweet and sharp. "We do things well here. No village manners." My stomach buzzes. The hall stares. The father freezes, envelope hanging like a tired wing. The mother rises. "Please, let us greet our child." Daniel steps to me and drags me close. His cologne burns. "Ladies and gentlemen," he says, "some people came late with dust on their shoes. Security, help them sit where they belong." "What?" a cousin shouts. Chairs scrape. The best man laughs. The sound is like metal. Grace's eyes turn dark and quiet. She touches her necklace. She looks at Daniel and sees him for the first time. I hear the man in the chair breathe out, slow and heavy. He whispers to the boy behind him, but the music swallows it. Outside, the generator coughs again, almost like a warning. Grace's father folds the envelope back into his pocket. He bows. He is not a weak man, only a tired one. The mother's hands shake. The meat pies slide in the nylon like little boats in rain. "Let us continue," Daniel says into me. "We must keep class." My wire hums like a snake. The MC claps too fast. A child cries. A spoon falls. The hall learns a new silence, thin and dangerous. Then the lights blink twice. Everyone stops and watches. Dark rolls over the hall like a fast cloud. The generator chokes, then dies. My body cools. For a heartbeat, the world is only breath and heartbeat. Then phones light up like small moons. People murmur. Someone laughs the wrong way. I sleep without sleeping. Even when I am off, I listen. Voices change shape in the dark. "Is this a sign?" an auntie whispers. "Keep quiet," another says. "Bad mouth brings bad things." A child sings one line of a hymn, then hides her face. Daniel snaps his fingers. "Technician," he shouts into my dead face. "Do your job. I paid for perfection." His voice does not carry like he thinks. Darkness eats pride. Grace speaks, low and steady. "Uncle Musa," she calls into the dark, "check the fuel filter." A soft voice answers from the doorway. I taste diesel on the air. Footsteps cross the yard. The boy behind the chair man moves too. He knows machines by sound. What do you know about engines? Daniel scoffs. Grace says nothing. Her mother touches her arm. The father stares at the door, as if he can push light back inside with his eyes. The man in the chair speaks. His words are simple. Switch to the small tank. The big one is dirty. Uncle Musa shouts, yes sir. I do not know this man, but the hall knows him. Respect moves like a whisper under tables. A minute later, the generator coughs, clears, and roars alive. Light returns, sharp. I feel heat return to my throat. People cheer. A drum taps twice, like thanks. Daniel smirks. We can continue. Grace looks up at the man in the chair and nods once. He nods back, a mountain replying to a river. My switch flips. I breathe fire again. We continue. The MC pushes jokes like a wheelbarrow with a bad wheel. People laugh because they are trained to. I taste sugar and metal in the air. Grace and Daniel stand before me. The cake waits, patient and proud. The man in the chair watches like a quiet school. Before vows, Daniel says, order must stand. He smiles at the rich table. Some guests came from far. Others came from farther. He points toward the back, where Grace's parents sit. Please, let those with perfect dressing move forward. Let others adjust. Adjust how? A voice shoots. It is Grace's mother. Her hands are steady now. Is love a fabric you measure with ruler? She lifts the nylon bag. I brought pies for children. These are clean hands. Daniel laughs. The sound slides on my skin. Madam, we can buy pies here. He clicks his fingers. Waiters lift lids. Steam rises like lost prayers. Grace's father stands. We came with humble hearts, he says. We will sit where you point. But do not shame our child. He looks at Grace only. Be strong. Daniel waves security toward them. Escort them near the door, so they can be first to leave. The hall gasps. A spoon clinks again. Even the lights dim a little, tired of this show. Grace takes my stem. Her fingers are cool. Let my parents be, she says. 3 words, gentle and hard. Daniel's smile cracks. He leans close. Don't forget who pays, he whispers. He thinks I cannot hear. I hear everything. I hear old pride walking on new tiles. The man in the chair raises a hand. He does not speak. But his hand is a drum beat. Somewhere outside, car doors shut. The sound is expensive. Curiosity sits down beside every plate. It leans in, listening. A new sound rolls in, convoy breath. Not sirens, but the soft thunder of big tires and quiet drivers. The doors open. Perfume and dust meet and shake hands. A woman enters in a silk wrapper that moves like water at night. People stand without being told. She is Madame Ebel, mother of markets, friend of storms. She is not a queen, but queens greet her. She walks to the man in the chair and touches his shoulder. He gives her the smile he forgot he had. Daniel straightens his tie. Welcome, he says into me, voice sweet like ripe mango. We are honored. He bows too low. Pride and fear fight under his skin. Grace bows her head, hiding a small smile. Her mother's mouth opens, then closes. The father wipes his eyes with a clean handkerchief and looks very far away, maybe to Grace's birth. The MC seizes the moment. Let us bless the couple with words. He points at Daniel's mother. She stands like a banner. We raised our son with dignity, she says. We do not mix old rags with new silk. Some people pretend to be what they are not. Today we choose class. The hall shifts. Waiters pause. Chairs complain. Grace's mother bites back a sound. The nylon bag rustles like leaves. Daniel smiles at me and lifts me higher. You heard my mother, he says. Let us set standards. Some parents should learn how to behave before coming to a city hall. Money cleans many things. Even names. Hey, someone shouts. It is the boy behind the chairman. His voice shakes. Respect your elders. Daniel waves him away like a fly. Madame Ebel's eyes narrow. She looks at Grace and says nothing. That nothing is a growing drum. Storm, meet matchstick. Today. 2 days ago, I hung in this same hall while men climbed ladders and women measured light with their hands. I heard secrets fall like pins. Grace came early with a small notebook and a calm. She walked the room, counting steps, counting exits, counting breaths. She spoke to Uncle Musa about fuel and filters. She asked the baker about the cake base, strong enough to hold a surprise. She paid waiters in advance, quietly. She told the band, when I raise my left hand, switch the song. She told the MC, when I say my full name, give me the MIC. I am the MIC. I remember promises. Now I feel her plan sit up. It stretches its legs. It watches the door. She looks at her parents and smiles that Wharton Stone smile. The father straightens. The mother breathes out and finally tastes air. Daniel is busy greeting fancy guests, the ones who wear watches that blink to the beat of money. He forgets the people who taught him how to greet. He forgets the road that made his shoes dirty the first time he walked it. Madame Ebel leans toward the man in the chair. Are you ready? She whispers. He nods once. I am. Grace takes my stem again. Heat greets heat. She says, my name is Grace Jonah. The MC, trained man, shoves me into her hand like a key. She raises her left hand. The band changes. Not loud. Not angry. A soft drum, a talking bass, a melody that sounds like home made a promise to the future. Daniel laughs. Baby, let us do the vows first. He reaches for me. Grace steps away. I will love with truth, she says. But first, let truth stand up. The hall holds its breath. I was born in a one-room house with a zinc roof, Grace says. When rain fell, we placed bowls. When sun came, we shined. People nod. They know this weather. My mother sold a kara at dawn, she continues. My father fixed radios with hands that shook after long days. They gave me books before they ate. She turns toward the back. Daddy, Mummy, thank you. Her mother covers her mouth. Her father sits taller. Daniel claps once, sharp. Sweet. Now, Grace lifts a finger. He stops, surprised that he did. I worked after school, she says. I learned to type fast. I wrote songs no one heard. I saved for exams. When I fainted at the bus stop one day, strangers carried me to a clinic. A kind woman took my number. She called at night and asked about my mother's cough. I cried and told the truth. She looks at Madame Ebel. You sent medicine. You sent hope. You never asked for thanks. Murmurs ripple like small fish. Daniel shifts. He does not like stories he cannot direct. Grace breathes in. I finished school. I found work. I kept writing. I helped my parents fix our roof. I did not blow trumpet. I just built quietly. This man, she points at Daniel, met me when I was wearing a thrift dress and dusty sandals. He said he loved my heart. Today he shames the heart that made me. Stop, Daniel yells. Don't disgrace me. His mother shouts, know your place. Grace looks at them, soft and strong. Place is earned by how we treat people. She touches the cake. Also, there is something you do not know about me. I kept a name quiet, and I kept a promise louder. The hall leans forward like grass in wind. Some nights, Grace says, I recorded songs in a tiny room by a noisy road. Trucks passed, but my voice learned to ride above them. A friend uploaded the songs with no face, only a bird logo. People listened. They called the singer River Sparrow. Heads turn. Even the ice in glasses seems to listen. The drummer lifts his sticks and forgets to hit. Grace smiles small. River Sparrow is me. Gasps rise like steam. I kept quiet because quiet protects peace. But the quiet also built things. She touches the cake base. With the money from those songs, I paid for this hall in advance. I paid the band double so they could buy new strings. I cleared the florist's debt from last month. I sent school fees to 3 children who helped their mother sell plantain by the bridge. Daniel laughs, too high. Why hide it? His voice trembles. What are you proving? I'm proving nothing, she says. I'm honoring everything. She turns to her parents. I wanted today to be thank you, not pain. She turns to Mr. Chair. Sir, you taught me engines without speaking. Thank you for coming. He smiles like a sunrise with a secret. Madam Ebel nods, eyes soft. Grace faces Daniel. You said money cleans names. My name is clean. My parents' names are gold. You tried to sweep them aside with your foot. My foot stands now. Daniel steps forward. You used me, he hisses. You wanted my circle. Grace shakes her head. No. I wanted a partner who respected rain and sun. I see you. She lifts my body. But there is more, she says. There is a gift I saved for this hour. The band waits, the light steady, the room starts to tremble gently. Everyone forgets to breathe. Grace points toward the doors. They open like a story opening its last page. 2 men carry in a small wooden box with a red ribbon. They set it near the cake. Madam Ebel steps forward and places a key on top. This, Grace says, voice steady, is for my parents. It opens a 2-room house near the river, with a mango tree and a tap that works. No more bowls for rain. Tears fall and do not ask permission. The hall claps. The sound is round and kind. Daniel claps late. His palm sounds thin. Grace turns to the man in the chair. Sir, would you greet us? He rolls forward. His voice is gentle sand. My name is Okoro. He looks at Daniel. You came to my workshop 3 times this year with a fine car and no money for service. I said, pay small today, small tomorrow. You never did. Laughter pricks the air. Daniel flushes. Lies, he says. My accounts are clean. Okoro smiles like someone who knows where the real ledger is kept, not on paper but in people. Today, Okoro says, I came because Grace sang near my shop one hot night when the light failed. My workers stopped and listened. When the song ended, she helped me lock the gate. She spoke to me with respect. I decided to be here. Madam Ebel lifts her head. Respect pays debts we cannot count. She faces Daniel. You will apologize to her parents now. Daniel's mother rises. We will not. The room tightens. Grace breathes in. Then hear my last gift. She looks at Daniel. I release myself. I will not marry a mouth that kicks. Silence falls like a curtain. Then someone whispers, she cancelled it. The drums wait, hearts drum even louder. You can't do this. Daniel yells. His voice cracks like dry wood. You want to disgrace me? He points at the guests. All of you, remember who I am. A waiter steps forward, young and brave. Sir, she paid us early, he says. We came today because of her. The bandleader nods. She bought us new strings. We tuned hope with them. The florist raises a green hand. She cleared my debt. My daughter sleeps better now. Daniel's mother hisses, gold-digging act. Grace holds up her palm. Keep your words, she says. They are sharp and cheap. She slides off the ring and sets it on the cake like a small stone that will not move again. Grace turns to the hall. Please, eat. The food is for everyone, especially those who work with their hands. Waiters smile. Plates fly. Laughter returns in small pieces, then grows legs. Okoro taps his wheel. Young man, he says to Daniel, rich mouth, poor backbone. A soft laugh rolls like rain on zinc. Daniel tries to grab me. I tilt away. The MC places me back in Grace's hand as if I belong there. I do. Why did you invite me then? Daniel shouts. Grace looks at him with pity. I invited the man I thought you were, she says. He did not come. Madam Ebel steps beside Grace. My child, she says, sing one song. Grace nods. She closes her eyes and lets a note float. It lands on every shoulder and makes them light. People sway. Even the angry forget to frown for a moment. Then an old man at the door shouts, driver of the black sedan, move your car. The word black hangs. Grace's father flinches. A door inside the past begins to open. It creaks, very slow. The word sedan hits the father like a thrown stone. He stands, then sits, then stands again. His hand finds the scar on his arm, thin as a thread. The mother touches his sleeve. "Jonah," she whispers, "not today." But today has turned and is looking straight at them. Grace's voice fades. She opens her eyes and sees her father storm. "Daddy?" she asks. He swallows. "Years ago," he says, voice small, "a black sedan clipped our bus near mile 2. It did not stop. Your mother's cough began after that night. Money flew like birds. We sold tools to buy air." The hall listens with the hunger that comes before truth. Daniel laughs, wrong and loud. "What has this to do with your show?" His mother tugs his sleeve. "Keep quiet." He doesn't. Okoro tilts his head. "Black sedan," he repeats. "With a dent on the left." Jonah nods. "Yes." Madame Ebel's eyes narrow. "Whose car blocked the door?" The guard answers, "A black sedan. New paint on left." A hush falls like a shawl. Daniel's mother stands slowly. Her face has the color of paper. "We should go," she says. "Now." Grace steps forward. "Please wait," she says, gentle but firm. She looks at Daniel. "Did you learn your laugh from someone who left people bleeding?" "Watch your mouth," Daniel shouts. He pushes a chair. It screams on the tiles. Okoro breathes in, then out. "I saw that dent at my workshop," he says. "A woman brought the car late one rainy night. She paid cash. She asked for silence. She wore the same perfume I smell now." Perfume hangs in the air like a caught lie. The mother closes her eyes. "I was afraid," she says softly. The room tilts toward her confession. Every ear leans in. Daniel's mother holds the back of a chair like it is a cliff. Her voice shakes. "I drove that car," she says. "Rain was angry. I was late for a party I should not have cared about. The bus swerved. My mirror caught light and fear. I did not stop. I told myself no one saw." She looks at Jonah and his wife. "I am sorry." A sound rises that is not booing and not cheering. It is the heavy sound of people holding judgment in their hands and deciding what to do with it. Daniel points at her. "Why say this now?" he yells. "They want to drag us down." Grace steps between them, soft as a door closing. "This is not a drag. This is a lift," she says. "Truth is a rope." Okoro nods. "I fixed that dent. I tasted guilt in the paint." He turns to Jonah. "Brother, you carried your house through storm. Your steps did not lie." Jonah nods, eyes wet. His wife squeezes his hand. "We are alive," she says. "By God, we are alive." Madame Ebel steps forward, wrapper quiet as water. "I will handle the old bills," she says. "From my pocket." She looks at Daniel's mother. "You will come with me after today. We will visit those who were hurt. We will do what can be done." Daniel shakes his head so fast his pride spills. "We are leaving," he snaps. "This wedding is cursed." Grace lifts me. "No. This wedding is transformed." She faces the hall. "Eat. Dance. Forgive if you can. Heal if you cannot yet forgive. We will make this day useful." The band waits for her signal. She raises her left hand. Music comes like rain after dust. People choose to stay. They breathe, then begin. I feel the hall change shape like clay in hands. The music is soft rain. People line up at the blessing table Grace set near the cake. Waiters pass plates like kind news. Jonah's shoulders drop. His wife gives her first laugh today. It sounds like a lock opening. Daniel prowls, looking for a throne that will not carry him. His friends check their watches and drift. One whispers, "Bro, this is not our scene." He shrugs them off, but his eyes beg. Pride is a tight shoe today. Okoro rolls to Jonah. "Come to my workshop next week," he says. "I need a steady hand to tune old radios. Pay is fair. Respect is included." Jonah blinks. "I have not been chosen for years," he says. "Today you are, Okoro answers. Madam Ebel speaks to the band. Learn River Sparrow's chorus. Heads nod. The drummer smiles like someone found his lost name. The boy behind Okoro, Sam, I learn, checks the cables and gives me a pat as if I am alive. I am. Grace leans into me. Thank you for staying, she tells the hall. Please carry food to drivers outside. Let the city taste joy. Doors swing. Plates travel. Children dance with plantain like trophies. Daniel strides to the power box. He reaches. Sam blocks him, calm. Backup battery, Sam says. Installed yesterday. Daniel spins, slips on icing, catches a chair, and pretends it is a dance move. Laughter ripples, not cruel, just clean. Sing, Madam Ebel says. Grace nods and takes a breath. I warm for her. The first note rises like smoke. At the door, a man in yellow vest steps in, rain on his shoulders though the sky is dry. He carries something wrapped in cloth and a memory on his face. What did he bring? He steps into the lights, vest bright as sunrise. My name is Officer Peter, he says, holding the cloth. I worked night shifts by the bridge years ago. On a wet night, I found this under a bent guardrail. He unwraps a silver locket with a cracked face. Jonah gasps. His wife puts a hand to her neck. My mother's locket, she whispers. It fell that night. She takes it like a bird returned to hand. The hinge squeaks open. Inside is a picture of Grace as a baby. People sigh without meaning to. Peter clears his throat. I kept it in my pocket, waiting for God to point. Today, I saw the same scar on this man's arm and knew. He points gently at Jonah. I am sorry I came late. Daniel claps, mocking. Collect your medal, he says. This is theater. Peter looks at him like at a horn. Sir, even a late truth is light, he says. Move your car from the entrance. You blocked the way. Laughter rises, sharp and sweet. Grace takes my stem. Officer Peter, thank you, she says. Please eat with us. He nods and wipes his eyes with his hand, shy at the center of the stage. The band finds a soft key, truly. Grace sings a verse about a house that learned to drink sunshine. The hall hums. Outside, drivers lift plates and wave to children at the fence. Smiles pass through steel. Daniel paces the edge like a storm that cannot find a coast. He pulls out his phone, typing rage. No one looks. He is a shout in an empty yard. Then a phone rings on the bandstand. The bandleader holds it up. It's the radio station, he says. They want River Sparrow live, right now. Will she answer? Grace looks at the bandleader, then at her parents. Jonah nods once. I light in her hand like a lantern. We will sing, she says. The hall cheers. The phone goes on speaker. A voice crackles, excited. River Sparrow, the city is listening. Grace smiles. City, this is for those who held umbrellas over other people, she says. She begins. The song is simple, one thread of hope, one thread of truth, twisted into rope. The drummer brushes. The bass leans close. I carry her voice across plates and out the doors, over parked cars, into lanes where children draw suns on ground. Daniel storms toward the stage. Cut the line, he shouts. Sam steps between. Don't, he says. Daniel pushes him. Feedback screams from my throat like a warning bird. Daniel jumps back. Laughter spills. He laughs at himself. When the verse ends, Grace breathes. I was going to marry pride today, she says. I choose peace instead. The hall answers with a wave of hands. Some cry. Some grin. All stand a little taller. Daniel runs to the manager's desk, slaps a card down. Charge everything to me. Close this farce. The machine blinks and blinks, then says no. He tries another. No again. The manager coughs. Sir, the bills were settled yesterday by the bride. People clap in a tide. Daniel turns red. You think you won? He spits at Grace. She answers soft. I think I woke up. The radio host says, one more chorus. Grace nods and sings a line that sounds like a door opening. Outside, drivers honk in rhythm. Inside, People sway like grass finding wind. At the edge of the crowd, Daniel's mother wipes her eyes and walks toward Jonah. She stops in front of him, hands shaking. What will she say? She lowers her head. Sir, she tells Jonah, to his wife, I wronged you. I was proud and afraid. I did not stop. I hid behind perfume and parties. Forgive me if you can. She starts to kneel. Jonah steps forward and lifts her before her knees touch tile. Stand, he says gently. We are not judges. We are travelers. We are alive. His wife nods. We choose peace. The room breathes out, long and warm. Daniel stares, stunned that softness can cut. He charges again. This is manipulation. He reaches for me. I give him a clean shock of feedback. He flinches, drops his phone, and the case pops like a small joke. People chuckle. Sam taps my stem and looks at Grace. There is more, he says, voice steady. I am the friend who uploaded your songs. The bird logo? My idea. I work nights after the workshop, mixing sound on an old laptop. I promised to keep your face hidden till you were ready. Grace studies him, surprise tears bright. Sam, she says, you kept your word. He nods. Your voice kept my hope. Okoro smiles like a father who sees two roads meet without crashing. Daniel barks a laugh. Perfect. The mechanic's boy wants the singer. Fairy tale. His words fall flat. The hall has changed sides without shouting. Madame Ebel claps once. Let us do vows of a different kind, she says. Not marriage vows. Community vows. She looks at Grace's parents. We will help 10 apprentices learn trades in your names. Tools first, talk later. People cheer. Waiters ring spoons on glasses like tiny bells. Joy enters fully dressed. Daniel stands at the door, indecision on his face like leftover paint. He could truly step into the light. He could. Will he now? Plates keep traveling like good rumors. The doves on their string flutter and settle, confused that they are not the center anymore. The MC, newly humble, guides blessings like a traffic man at a kind junction. People line up to speak quick vows. A driver says, I will stop and help next time. A florist says, I will teach 2 girls how to bind stems. A drummer says, I will fix broken drums for free on Sundays. Laughter and tears trade seats like cousins. One of Daniel's sleek friends sidles up to Grace. We were told to laugh if your parents stood, he mutters, eyes down. Forgive my mouth. She studies him, then nods. Grow, she says. He slips away lighter. Outside, Officer Peter moves cars like chess and jokes with children. He waves at Daniel's black sedan. A clamp grips the front tire, bright and sure. Entranced, stay free, he tells the guard. The guard salutes. Small Justice smiles today. Inside, Madame Ebel raises a hand. Markets have stages too, she says. Grace will sing at 3 open squares this month, free shows. We will bring books, water, shade, joy. She winks. No fancy chairs needed. The hall roars. Okoro adds, at my yard, we will start Saturday lessons. 10 seats first. Name of the program is simple, the Jonah Promise. Jonah hides his face and laughs, shy as a boy. His wife wipes her eyes with the cloth that once held the locket. Daniel hovers near the door, torn cloth of pride in his fist. He could help. He could not. He looks at his mother, then at Grace, then at the clamp beyond the glass. I feel a quiet step rise inside him. Will it land? Or will he choose the old road again once more tonight? Lights surge, the city claps. For a heartbeat, all faces glow equal. The band lifts the tempo. Children at the doorway jump like popcorn. Madame Ebel steps up. For the 3 market shows, she says, we will bring water trucks and shade canopies. We will hire local vendors and pay full. Bring old shoes, we will trade them for school sandals. The hall explodes with hands. Okoro raises a wrench like a flag. Saturday lessons begin next week. I will bring scrap engines. We will build radios from nothing and make them sing. He nods at Jonah. You will teach the fine-tuning. Jonah grins and the past steps aside. Daniel, cornered by his own echo, tries one last climb. "Don't be fooled," he shouts. "She wanted status. She planned this to shame me." His voice is tired now. Grace walks toward him. The hall quiets. She places the ring in his palm. "I do not want what ties us to pain," she says. "Sell this and pay what you owe the workshop. Leave clean." A murmur races the walls. Shock arrives, dressed as Mercy. Daniel stares at the ring as if it might bite. His mother covers her face. Okoro gives a nod. "Honor that gift," he says. "Debt paid with pride is still debt." Grace turns back to the crowd. "Let the rest be songs and pies," she says. Jonah's wife laughs and lifts the nylon bag. Children cheer for meat pies like medals. The radio host's voice returns, thin with awe. "City," he says, "we are hearing a new kind of wedding." I agree. I have held many mouths. This one tastes like rain finally finding dust. At the door, Daniel opens his hand and looks toward the clamp. Will he walk to it like a man? Weeks later, I rest on a different silver pole in a small yard now. The mango tree throws soft shade. A bright tap laughs water into bowls just for fun. The two-room house smells like soap and cinnamon. Jonah tunes a radio on the step. It finds a station, then another. He smiles like a man meeting old friends. His wife passes meat pies through the window to children who queue without pushing. "One each," she says, "then homework." Laughter sticks to the walls like posters. Okoro sits in his chair near the gate, teaching a boy how to name screws by feel. "This one is patience," he jokes. The boy grins. Sam wires a tiny speaker and tests it with a soft beat. Grace hums along, washing plates, sleeves rolled, voice easy as morning. Daniel arrives, not in a convoy, but on foot. He carries a small box. He nods at Jonah like a student entering class. "Sir," he says. Jonah nods back. "Good afternoon." Daniel opens the box. Inside are receipts and the ring, now sold and gone. "I paid the workshop," he says. "And the driver I shouted at. I came to say, I am sorry." The words fight him but arrive. Jonah looks at his wife. She nods. He offers a seat. "Drink water," he says. Daniel sits. He drinks. He weeps quietly. No one claps. The wind does. Officer Peter wanders in with a bag of nails and a joke. He helps fix a loose hinge. Madame Ebel's car stops outside, full of shade cloths for the market shows. She waves from the window, busy as kindness. I listen as Grace and Sam test a new song about roofs that do not leak. Their eyes meet over the rim of a bowl. Is this beginning? Today I stand at a market square under canvas sky. Stalls bloom like bright birds. The stage is a borrowed truck, polished by care. Children perch on crates. Aunties wrap shade cloth into crowns. The air smells of oranges, tire dust, and hope. Grace steps up in a simple dress, no glitter, only light. Jonah and his wife sit side by side, hands touching like two notes that finally agree. Okoro rolls to the front. Madame Ebel laughs with vendors and counts change the old way, palm to palm. Sam checks my cable and meets Grace's eyes for a moment. "Ready?" he asks. "Ready," she says. They begin. The song is about turning a wedding into a well. It is about a ring that became a bridge. It is about a name cleaned by kindness. People sway. Some close eyes. Some look at the sky and whisper thanks. Officer Peter keeps the lane open with a smile and a thumb up. Even the doves from the hall, now free, circle once like they heard their cue. Between songs, Grace lifts me. "I thought revenge was a knife," she says. "But it is a seed. You plant it as mercy, and it grows into shade no insult can touch." The square murmurs like a river agreeing. Daniel appears at the edge, clean shirt, quiet face. He does not come on stage. He stands near the back and claps when a child hits a drum right. His mother passes water to old women and keeps her eyes soft. As the last chorus rises, Sam leans in. "Walk with me after," he whispers. Grace smiles. "Let's see what the road gives." I hum with her final note. It bites where it must and heals everywhere else. Do you hear it? I do, forever.